Oh, hello everybody, and sorry for the slight delay. I've been late for everything tonight by 1 or 2 minutes. It's weird how it's going, but yeah, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? So it's Monday. I haven't got the fan on. It's bleeding hot in here, and next week's going to be back being hot again, people. So you need to get all your marathon training done this week. It's as simple as that. You've got to do 16. No, don't do that. That'd be a stupid idea. So, how are we doing, people? This is our Monday live stream, where we sort of hang out, talk about stuff. And while we wait for everybody to join us, we'll give you some updates on what's been going on. So this weekend we was in London. We had a great big run in London, which was really nice. We took a load of people around there for free, which was great. Really enjoyed that, and we'll be back doing that again real soon. This week on the channel, we've got a couple of bits. We've got some. I think we've got some Socky Triumph awesomeness coming your way. I think is that about it. We've got where's the pod? Oh yeah, we've got a very good pod on how to run the perfect half marathon. This is not sponsored by Garmin or using Garmin. It's just like everyday runners advice there. So that's coming on Friday. And then what else have we got this week? We've got some other stuff, bits and bobs. Oh no, actually, because July the 1st, there's a loads of shoes launching. We've got still to come Hoka Clifton Pro, but we want to get some miles in there. We're not just going to chuck a review out on that. We've got some Brooks shoes to come, and we've got some other bits and bobs coming. But again, we're taking our time on those to make sure we get some mileage in them. But yeah, so that's all coming your way at some point. Let's say over the next few weeks. Should we say it like that? It's probably a better way. July is the last sort of drop, let's say, in terms of shoes. You may get one or two in August, but it tends to quieten down a bit. But July tends to be the sort of last one before we sort of go into the summer quell, and then they all pick up speed ready for September. You may see the Adidas Pro 5 embargo lift, though, at some point, because, as I say, that's got a September launch, so that's worth looking out for. You might see a bit of that dropping. And watch out for that. Actually, there might be some other embargoes lifting as well. So just keep an eye out for that. What else do you need to know? I think that's probably about it, guys, really. Amsterdam Marathon training started for me. I started with a bang in the gym. God help me. So that was nice, as always. But yeah, we've got the gym starting. And we're just building miles now to Amsterdam. Is anybody else training for anything? God, I tell you, it just goes around so quickly, doesn't it? That's the thing. It just doesn't seem to stop. But hopefully, at some point, it will just get a little bit easier. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If it just felt a little bit easier. Have I mean? I've just been just watching Brazil. Well done, John. But yeah, get your questions and get your comments in. But yeah, other than that, there's not a hell of a lot of stuff going on, really. I'm more interested in the fact that my marathon training started. I'm just more interested that I can go back to work in terms of getting back on it. I'm somebody who likes to just have the structure. I've been ticking along maintenance wise at sort of 30, went up to 41 week miles. But yeah, I've been ticking around that, or staying around that sort of mileage. But yeah, so just been enjoying myself around there. I think probably like a lot of you guys and girls, holidays and stuff like that. That's going to throw itself into the mix, which is kind of cool. So that's coming my way real soon. I had to play around with a few things as well. Got some stuff going on at home, so things might need to adjust as well, which is good. But yeah, overall, as I said, we've got quite a few shoes still to get out, and then it will sort of lull, I think, before we go into sort of the second half of the season, races and things like that. I don't know if anybody's doing the Saucony 10K, but I'm going to be there doing that not this weekend. This weekend I do have a race. I've got the Wear 10s, but I'm using it as part of a long run. But then I've got the Saucony 10K, and then I sort of stop for a bit, and then we pick things back up again after that because I basically go to marathon. Because don't forget, if anybody's new to the channel, I'm Ben's back training, and he's got Sydney, so he needs to get some long runs in early doors. So I've sort of adapted my plan a little bit to take in a few more longer runs to sort of help him keep him company as well. So yeah, I think that's probably about it, really. So yeah, so should we crack on and see what's going on? I'm going to sneeze at some point, which is as told you. It's weird, isn't it? I thought hay fever would be like done. I thought hay fever would like be burnt to a crisp last week, but this week my hay fever was really bad again. By the way, last shout out but to anybody who's listening to this as a pod as well. Obviously, I appreciate everybody who tunes in live and makes the show what it is. But yeah, I know a lot of you do listen to this. Like about a million of you download this every week. So thanks very much for taking this out on your run as well. Okay, right. So evening, Dennis. How are you? Hope you're well. Stand out running evening. Hey, Fordy, I really appreciate your holiday podcast. Definitely was someone that would focus on everything on running. But I learned that it isn't everything or who. Yeah. So if you didn't hear it, what stand out running is referring to, on Friday we did a live podcast recording, and we spoke about going on holiday because again it's coming up for a lot of people. Kids, believe it or not, will start breaking up and all that sort of stuff. So we sort of tackled that early doors, and it was a really sensible discussion about like stuff you should be thinking about, not like just stupid stuff. It's like you don't need to be doing this, and this on holiday. So check that out. It's well worth doing if you've got a holiday coming up. Hopefully, we sort of added some value there. The other stuff's just us mucking about as always. But yeah, there is a little piece in there about running a holiday, and I would genuinely, I'd check it out if you haven't already. Okay, what's this? Mick, HMS 40 looked great. Weather update from Jamaica. Very warm, gentle breeze, but have to pull and see. Yeah, thanks, Mick. So yeah, we he's HMS 40. Basically, we hired a boat in the middle of London, which is pretty cool. It was a epic day. Yesterday, really had a good time. Actually, it was a good weekend. I was at Garth Brooks on Saturday night. That was great. And I'm just going to have a sip of some electrolytes that nobody should be drinking if you listen to anybody. Always nice. But yeah, it was a really good weekend. Hello, Fordy. Hoping for some advice. Just got back into running after a year and a half break. Went for a 5K at 7:15 per kilometer pace. Was difficult, I have to admit. Anything you just suggest to get my fitness back? Yeah, listen. Firstly, well done for coming back into it. I think that's half the battle is getting that motivation to get back out there. I think that's really tough to do. Your focus over the next, let's say, 4 to 6 weeks should be just purely on consistency. Don't worry about the speed. I want you to be running slower than you've ever been running before. Take plenty of walk breaks, especially because it's going to be hot again. But the most important thing that you need to do is over the next 4 to 6 weeks is be the most consistent person you can, whether that's 2 times a week, 3 times a week, whatever your plan says that you should be doing. I want you to be as consistent as you can at it. Don't be chasing speed. Don't be chasing time, and just make it a habit again of going out 3 to 4 times a week, whatever it is. And just do that over, as I said, that period of time, get that adaptation in, make it a habit again. And that will really help you. But take any pressure off of running certain times. Everything's going to feel hard. But within, like I say, 4 to 6 weeks, it will start to click. So just, give yourself a break. So yeah, just ease off. I say, if you're over here in the UK, it's going to be bleeding hot. So just watch out for that. DT, evening 40, evening DT. Oi, oi, Samsung lover. Ben's got the trots. Crap me up on the latest pod. Yeah, so again, whoever I was, stand out running. You may want to skip the last bit of of that we was talking about at the end. Evening, Chris. Sound of Vision is all good. Thank you, Gary. Love the picture of the vlog last week with you and Hayden at the beach. Yeah, Kafuzi would have had a breakdown with the AI. I deliberately done that to annoy him even more after his not very helpful comments. I deliberately did a really good job on AI to see him lose his mind about that one. Okay, what have we got here? Have I missed it? Oh, yeah, so I've been on that one. Oh, God. That's not something I'm going to answer. Go and see a podiatrist about bunions. Christ, I ain't got a clue. Okay, Gavin. Contemplating the Neo Vista 2 as an alternative long run shoe to my Super Blast 2s. Okay. Some good bargains to be had on them. It's definitely worth going half a size down, like most reviews. Okay, yeah. So the Neo Vista 2, I do think is a good shout. Actually, if you're looking for something to replace the Super Blast 2, and they are incredibly cheap. Should we have a look? Actually, let's have our first hunt about for a bargain. The Neo Vista 2 is a cracking long run shoe. It's not the lightest thing in the world. You can currently pick them up. I've just got, obviously, always gone to sportshoes.com. They've got loads of sizes. And if you didn't know, if you're a 40 Runs Affiliate Club member, you get 15% off at sportshoes.com. And obviously, on our, if you've not seen it, say obviously it's not obvious, but if you go over to our written reviews that we do on the website, there's a 10% code there that you can get off at sportshoes.com as well. But the Neo Vista 2 on sportshoes.com is 90 quid. And they've got plenty of sizes. Yeah. So I think it's an absolute bargain at 90 quid. I don't think you go wrong. It was interesting yesterday. Big Ben, not Ben, who's obviously I run with, but Big Ben, he had the Nike Vomero Plus on, the ones that I got sent, the green and black ones that he got for like 90 quid or something as well. So that's an alternative as well, Gav. But yeah, the Neo Vista 2, honestly, it's a good shout. It really is. I've been out in the threes, actually. I've been using them a reasonable amount. Then there's not much difference in them, to be honest with you. Don't believe all that nonsense. There's not much difference. So yeah. Okay. A good question. And thanks, guys, for joining me. Appreciate it. Get your questions in, and I'll get onto them. So yeah, really appreciate you all joining us. Samsung lover, do the right running shoes generally impact a runner's PB, or is it more down to the run? No, it's all down to the runner. Uh Many things come into the fact of running faster times. There's the shoe will make a small percentage of the difference. There's a reason why, billions or millions are spent working in labs, and these really smart people are coming up with these things to work with the runner and the runners, the way they run, and the elites and all this sort of stuff. And the technology goes into that. But ultimately, it comes down to you. You're the one who's doing it. So yes, you want to find a shoe that works with you, that optimizes your performance. But at everyday runner level, it comes down to the work you're doing in the week. Your consistency, the work you're doing in the gym, the work you're doing in your mobility, the work you're doing in the recovery in general, in your nutrition, all that side of things. How are you dealing with things mentally? Are you going out and crushing every session because you think that's the right thing to do? Or are you going, are you overtraining or undertraining? There's a million different things. Yeah. So the point is that the shoe is an important element in it, but the biggest thing, the biggest component of anybody trying to run faster, if that's what you want to do, because that's not the reason why a lot of people want to run. But if that is why you do run, because you watch and you want to try and get faster, then it's going to come down to you other than the shoe. And yes, we love to talk about shoes. And yes, we love to geek out about running shoes. And I absolutely love them, as you know. But ultimately, it's the runner. And that's why I love working with runners. I had a client the other day, he probably killed me. He was asking me about shoes. It's going to make no difference. He was gagging, itching to buy shoes. It's going to make no difference to you. It's an absolute waste of money. Concentrate on doing this, and this week. It's all I want you to focus on. More important than buying the shoes. Again, small element, the right shoe for the right runner works perfectly. But I know that's the boring answer. Does that mean you already have the Adidas Pro 5? I do not have the Adidas Pro 5. I can tell you that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to talk about them because I would be under embargo. I'm about 90% sure. Actually, no, I'm 100% sure that I know of some people that have already got them. But it ain't me. I'm not high enough off the seeding list. You got to remember that. And a lot of that's changed as well. We did a podcast with Hayden the other day about this sort of thing. The whole running shoe seeding, all that sort of stuff. That side of things is changing and has changed a lot. Yeah, that whole side of things has changed a lot. So it's it's a different way they're going about it. You know, you have to be in terms of the seeding list, they're a little bit more rigid. They're a little bit more specific on where they send stuff in the first drop and that sort of thing too. They're spending their money more wisely. Better way of saying it, because they were just spunking money on like stupid stuff because they thought that was the answer. But I think no, I don't think they have. They've changed their tactic in terms of the way they distribute stuff. Bridget, I've listened to all your podcasts and seen all your YouTube videos. Wow, Bridget, that's hardcore. Thank you. About a month ago, you mentioned supporting you for the cost of a cup of coffee. I joined your. Thank you very much, Bridget. Yeah, you can support the channel. It's basically, I think it's like a quid or something. You get other than being a member and saying you're a member and you're supporting the channel. That's the only only upside to it. But what I would say is that you can go to bed every night and saying to yourself, I watch his videos, I appreciate the work he does, and I'm contributing to that. And I genuinely, hand on heart, really appreciate it. Like, you know, it means the world to me. It means the world to me, you guys tuning in on a Monday as well. But yeah, that sort of stuff, I really appreciate. It's not something we openly push because yeah, you know, if you want to do that, you can support the channel. If you don't, there's no pressure from my side. But yeah, I really do appreciate you. 40, I need a trail shoe, the equivalent of my Super Blast 2. Would that be the Meta Fuji? Oh yeah. Weirdly, I was looking at these in the garage the other day. I think you probably know HF Prepper because you've been following the channel for a few years now. Here we go. No, these aren't the ones, are they? Let's have a look. The Meta Fuji. I don't think they're the ones. I like the fast ones. I can never remember the name with the plating, but they are from Asics. Oh, what are they called? There's the Brooks have got that new one out, but they look really expensive. I'm going to try and find it because it's the one that where's the brand? You can search on brand. I really like the Fuji Speed 4. They're the ones I like. They're light trail though. That's the only thing I would say. They're light trail. It's got a P-Bax plate in there, so it's not overly rigid, but it's perfect. It's got what are they 1.5 mil lugs, I think, in it, something like that. That's the trail shoe that I like. I don't know whether it's Super Blast 2 comparable. No, it's not actually. It's yeah, Meta Speed. Yeah, Meta Fuji maybe. Again, I'm probably the worst person to ask about trail shoes, to be honest with you. There's a really good channel who does trail shoes. What's his name? Really nice guy. Run for Adventure. Trail shoes. Go and check him out. Run for Adventure. There you go. Jason from Stuttgart got a local half marathon scheduled for the 12th of July, but it looks like it's going to be 30 degrees. I know. Next week's over here is going to be hot. Is it wise to forget it in those temps? Yeah, I don't see any health benefits personally of running those races in those sort of heats. Unless you're in a country where that's the norm, I don't see any upside. I think in some respects it's a bit dangerous. I would just I'd have to think about it. It's going to be hot this weekend. Because I say I've got the wear 10s, but we're going to be dialing that pace back. Okay. Yeah. Calby. Again, guys, get your questions in. Yeah, I will answer them. Probably didn't help that my first run back was in 29 degrees. Yeah, I say next week it's going to be hot again. Can you spend £200 on one thing? New shoes. You already have a 1-year-old pair of or nutritional supplements. Which are you choosing? I'd spend the £200 on. Well, the 500k shoes do need replacing. I would say because that when they've got that sort of distance on them, they are potentially going to cause you problems. So I was going to say I'd spend it on the gym, but I think you need to. Yeah, probably spend that on the shoes just to replace them. But yeah, I would say that. Hi, Chris. Do you have a discount code for 40 Run store? Need a few vests. Hi, there is no code on the store at the moment. Um, that's not saying there won't be one soon. But Andrew, if you email me, I'll sort you out one. I'll speak to him. Just email me. Hello at 40runs.com. We'll get yourself something sorted out for you. All right. I am having in my rotation collection a Mizuno Neo Vista 2, great shoe. Ling Ning RH9U, don't know it. Mega Bass, okay, don't know it. Do I need to add the Mizuno Flash 3 or Wave Rebellion Pro? Or are there Chinese shoes? Okay. Um, I've not tried the Pro Low and the Chinese shoes. I'm not really a guy who does much in these Chinese shoes. We had a couple of pairs on the channel, the Dynafish and stuff like that, but I've not tinkered in any more since then. I really like the Anta CTO2.7. And obviously the Dynafish and whatnot. But Chinese shoes is not my specialty subject. If I had to go mastermind, I wouldn't be picking Chinese running shoes. That's not to say they're good. We know there's some really good channels who are covering them, and I would recommend you go and check them out. That's the honest answer to that. Yeah. Know anything about the Puma Fast Pace leaks? Any ideas of dates? I guess a long while yet. Yeah, the are you talking about the new one that I saw as well? Yeah, I've not heard anything on that, to be honest with you. I did hear what was that I got the other day? If you missed it last week, we was talking about the Puma. Was it Max XL and the what was the other one? Oh, hang on. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? I'm just getting it up. He'll probably kill me for. I don't know if I'm allowed. Where is he? One sec. It's my mate. He sent me something. I don't know where he is, but it was some really cool looking shoes. Where was it? He sent it to me. But yeah, I think we spoke about. Uh, oh yeah, that was it. It was Mizuno shoes. It was the Mizuno Sky Prime and the Hyperwalk Pacer. They were two nice shoes. I'm not going to show you the picture, so I get shot. But yeah, we was talking last week about the Mag Max XL and the Azura Plus. That's what we were talking about. So yeah, so that's a couple of shoes that are coming soon. But yeah, where are we? I've gone totally off track again. So what I don't even know what the question was. Do you know when the Vomero Plus comes out and what do you think they could do to improve it? I don't have a date. I think we looked for this the other week. I did have some Nike updates, but I can't remember what they were, which is really unhelpful. I had the date for the Peg Plus given to me. Oh, I can't remember. Hayden. Oh no, it's not a good idea to do it now. But I had that the other day. So let me see if I can find it for you real quick on here. Let me just try and find it. Whether it's this year, we've got the Velocity Nitro 5, Endorphin Speed 6, Ray 2, SC Elite 6. There's our Pro 5. Sonic Blast 2, which is not really. Zoom Fly 7. Yeah, Plus is in October. And there's your Prime X. Did anyone see the leaks of the Prime X, by the way? Prime X4, November, according to this. Pegasus Premium 2. I don't see it until 27. I think you're looking early 27 for that. Okay. Oh, I was just on that list. I could have had a look for the Mega Blast 2. Current, this is Bridget's asking, current MB shoe too small in the toe box. Yeah, it is compared to the hoping they bring out an improved version. I think if they do anything with that, it will be mild changes to the Mega Blast. I'm guessing it'd probably be like a January release. I'm just back on having a look, see if I can see it. Oh, come on. What I should do is I should really sort these by, what's it called? Alphabetical order. January, but I think that's I would take that with a massive, massive pinch of salt. Oh no, November. Yeah, new upper and change to the yeah, it's minor. It's minor. End of the year. Hope that helps. Uh, what's the holy grail of shoes? Great bounce, propulsion, stable, ground feel, fast, comfortable. Oh, I would have said the Super Blast 2. I still think that's like it's tough to beat. It's tough to beat the Super Blast 2. Now I know a lot of you like the Super Blast 3. I am somebody who likes the Super Blast 3 as a daily trainer. I just feel like for me as a runner, and I am somebody who does a lot of marathon training because that's my jam. I just think they absolutely nailed it with the Super Blast 2. I know there's the other side of the argument. People say it's slappy, brick, boom, 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 boom. But I just really liked that slight, that more firmness. The more you run in it, the more it came to you. The propulsion you got when you leant down into those paces, into like sort of marathon pace. So let's say you'd start a run. I don't know. You could be doing 2 miles of easy 2 miles of marathon goal pace. Maybe you drop into like threshold at the end, whatever it is on that long run. I'm talking long run. So I'm like 15, 16, 17, 18 plus mileage. And you could just drop into that pace. And that foam for me just gave you propulsion. And it was stable. And it did feel marginally connected to the ground. Although, it was 40 mil a stack. And it was comfortable. Like who was it? Bridget was saying, it didn't cut in. I never had an issue with like the upper or the sizing or anything like that. Never had an issue with the outsole on it. So I would say probably the Super Blast 2 for yeah, that's probably it. What's the best shoe of all time you can no longer buy? I'm guessing some of you would say the Alpha Fly 1, maybe the Vaporfly. Vaporfly 2, probably a good shout. Yeah, the old Vaporfly 2, the original Vaporfly 1 or 2. That's probably a good shout. That was such a fast shoe. It's crazy. I bought a pair on Vinted. If you haven't seen the video, I bought a pair on Vinted and went and ran a half marathon in them. I paid like 50 quid for them. And I went and ran a marathon, half marathon in them. It was a good fun video to do. Despite it being the runner and not the shoe, I like the way you're thinking, John. I keep looking at the Mizuno Hyperwarp Elite Pro as a discount. Right. So I've just seen him comment Salt Air Strides. Salt Air Strides, me and him had a chat, and he recently bought the Hyperwarp Pro because he needed a stable shoe. Was it the Pro? I think it was the Pro. Lee, put it in the chat which one you bought. We bought on discount and you loved them. It was, I swear it was the Pro that we got him into. It was either the Elite or the Pro. I can't remember which one it was, but Lee will tell you because I saw it and he needs a stable shoe. And I think the Pro was the one I said to him to buy because it is that wider. The plating there's not as aggressive. It's got, it's a better setup. It was the Pro because it's the more stable out of them. And he sent me a message and he loves them. So let's see what feedback he's got since then. But I would say the Pro, if you need mild stability, I am not saying it's a stability shoe, but it is a stable shoe. With a plating, that's the way to go. And as you say, they are on discount, so it's definitely worth shipping them in. You can choose one piece of tech for a half marathon fun run. What are you choosing? One piece of tech. Probably say my headphones. My headphones. Don't need me watch. I'll run to feel headphones. We'd love your advice on how to choose a marathon super shoe in store. You scamper around the shop a bit, fork out a couple £100, don't know how they'll. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah, that's a tough one. I would firstly look at the shoe that you're running in at the moment in terms of brand. That may give you some feel in terms of the sizing. Now, again, what Bridget was saying, they can change the way that the light they're set up. That can be a little bit awkward, but it's not a bad place to start. I would look at some of the foams that are out there. So, are you somebody who's likes will get better with a slightly firmer sole, midsole? Let's be correct, midsole. Are you somebody who would prefer or could get on with a softer foam? Are you a heavier person? Are you going to compress the foam a little bit more? Do you need a wider base of shoe? Some of them are run a bit skinny in the heel. Some of them are decoupled. Some of them have very aggressive carbon plates. So again, these are the sort of things you can research through like reviews that I write and we do on YouTube. Maybe find someone on YouTube who runs a similar sort of time to you. That might be a good place to start. That's why I still do the shoe reviews, even though I was going to stop them because I feel like I can give value to middle-aged men who are trying to get faster and but run around sort of my sort of times and that sort of thing. As I'm a reference point for some people out there, right? Especially in the club and the community. Again, and I love them, but there's no point me looking at what Ben Parks reviews and says about you because he runs a Christ knows what marathon. Even though I love the guy and I think he's just a hero. But there's no point me buying a shoe that he likes because he's a totally different runner. Do you know what I mean? So find somebody maybe who's a reference point as well to you and go down that line. I don't know if that helps or not. Yeah, the fast pace. This is the Puma. Looks potentially very good. Basically, what people were hoping the Pure would be. Sounds like a bouncy shoe, and the Pure, yeah, being the firm one. Yeah, let's see what they come out like. Yeah, let's see what they come out like. What are your thoughts on these boutique running shoes like Tracksmith, Fila? Yeah, again, I think more stuff that's available to people, they can express themselves in more ways. So if you like Tracksmith stuff, great. If you like that, oh, what they called Satisfy running and all this sort of stuff. Whatever's your jam, right? It's like whatever works for you. So there's more options out there. It's good. I like Decathlon. It's cheap. Thanks for the advice on the half marathon and the heat. Training's been limited to long runs on a treadmill. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? Would you run in a pair of old school pair of trainers like high tech silver shadows? No, I wouldn't. Nah, no, I wouldn't do that. What shoe would you pair with the New Balance 1080 as a two shoe marathon training rotation? I like that. I'd put in a super shoe in there. I'd put in something like immediately I thought of the Anta C20 2.7, but something along them lines. I'd put a super trainer in there. Zoomfly 6, Boston 13, whatever, something like that. That's what I would put in there. Something, it's got a bit of get up and go, but also it's versatile on the other side. What's the one question you wish people would ask about running, but almost nobody ever does? God, that is deep. What's the one question you wish people would ask about running, but almost nobody ever does? Now, can you hear Buzz? I mean, there's about a million things I would say, but most of them are controversial. So I'm going to swerve that, Lee, because I could get myself into a lot of trouble. Immediately, there's stuff that I want to say that Hayden will probably kill me because it's all controversial, even though it shouldn't be controversial. But that's just the way I am. Very black and white. It's just the autistic side of my brain. You have to deal with it. Okay. But it's a good question. Maybe we need to maybe we need to think about that one, Lee. That could make a good podcast. That my son, age is 17. My son's 17. He's running half marathon in September. He's wearing Evo SLs, but needs something for longer runs. Any recommendations? Yeah, the Adidas Beyond 2. Cheap, brilliant. Don't get the first version. Get the second version because it's got the Dream Strike in it. That's the one you want to get into. Or the Vomero Plus, obviously. John, yeah, he's gone thin. Appreciate that. Look at that. We wrapped everybody up. Heroes. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. Honestly, I say it every week, but I honestly really appreciate it. It does mean a lot. Friday, as I said to you, we're not live. We've got a yeah, definitely a podcast. I think it's a good shout, Lee. We've got a good podcast on Friday. I'll tell you what we're talking about. Yeah, how to run that perfect half marathon site. And it's not sponsored or anything like that by Garmin selling plans or anything like that. So yeah, it's a good one, that one. We pretty much go through what it's like to run a half marathon PB, all the thoughts that go on in your head and that sort of stuff, how to fuel it and that kind of gig. So that's well worth checking out. That's on Friday. And as I said, look out for the Triumph review this week. And then slowly but surely we'll be getting some more reviews out over the next couple of weeks as we go into the sort of quiet period for summer, which we'll cut back on a few videos and things like that. And then we'll pick back up again as we go into September and the sort of meat and gravy of the season at the back end of the year. But honestly, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you all as ever. I will be back next Monday. I've got to look at the diary to see how many Mondays we've got left until I go away. I might take an earlier one as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But again, I'll be back next Monday if all goes to plan. And I shall see you guys there. But honestly, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Let me get rid of the comments so it doesn't ruin that. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week.